Hello everyone, Pokemon again, just doing a little bit of an idea on how to make your first vroid model. If you haven't done it before, it's simple in its own way and it's hard in another kind of situation, but yeah, we'll go from there. And you get the choices between masculine and feminine. Well, today's tutorial, we'll go ahead and do a feminine style, just because there's a little more play with the hair and everything for this. What you want to do is kind of just zoom in a little bit, make sure that you can actually see the face when you're doing the face part, and kind of come down to face corners first. At least that's what I do, because that way I can actually decide the shape of the face that I'm going to want. Like, we're going to want a little rounder, face positioning, face line, move the chin around. How big do I want the forehead? Do I want it even bigger? That kind of thing. Next is your ears. Ears is pretty self-explanatory. You want big old ears, little ears. You want small ears. You want a kind of an elfish look. It's more like a goblin or a kind of an animal ear kind of thing going on. And then for our mouth, all we gotta do with that is kind of decide where we want it positioned at. Making our decisions for that. How big you want your mouth. Wide, small. Nose is just kind of positions. Eyebrows, same thing. So all we're doing with this part is just kind of positioning where we want everything to sit. Eyes, a little more in depth because there's like a lot more movement with the eyes. You got everything from your irises. How big do you want them? How big do you want the eyeball itself? Want it small, big? Ginormous eyes. We can do that for now, just for fun. And then we'll come over to hair. Hair is one of the more difficult parts, especially if you don't have a drawing tablet. Using a mouse is possible, but it isn't always the easiest to do. With the mouse, pretty much all you're doing is you're adding in your hair. I'll draw some on real quick for you. For this, I'm just going to use the mouse just to show that you can. So, here, I'll start with this, just kind of whoosh. Something like that. Kind of a odd design, but it works right. And maybe we'll do a sort of pigtail-y look. So I want to get some of the hairs moved around a little bit so they can be pigtails. Bring that up. Bring that up. Fast forward through this real quick so that way we can see it a little better in a minute. Another thing you might want to look at is the meshing, which is something I haven't mentioned yet, but see how this mesh is kind of weirdly not connected to the rest of the head. Sometimes you gotta connect it yourself, because the meshing doesn't like to be right where it's supposed to be always. You gotta go back to it and click it again, and well, we're actually connected to the head. There we go. Bring it in a bit. Move that out a little bit. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, for our second part, we're going to want to add another freehand style. And then with this, what we'll do is we'll click this one, hide their first mesh. Second mesh, we're going to want to try to get our original shape back. It usually does it for you, but today it said no. Alright. Got our original mesh-ish back. Now what we're going to do is this out a little bit. Alright. Bring these down a bit. Come out. Yeah. Down here. Down here. Alright, let's show our original look real quick. Mesh number 2. And mesh number 2 will start drawing. Make sure to try to come from the top as much as possible, just kind of make it more feasible that what's going on is real. But mine's kind of a messy hairdo right now. Try not to take too much time with it, so it's kind of giving you an idea of what to do. Yeah, that'll work for now. And then from there, we need to go to our body editor. Body editor, you can do the whole body at once, making it taller and shorter. You got it back out for that. Move your center bit. You want to use your center mouse to kind of move side to side. Scroll in and out. And the left click will actually move you around in circles. Yeah, there we go. Let's get it shorter or even taller. Really, whatever your preference is, anyone can do. Now I can decide our head size. I'm going to have a giant head for no reason. Just for this one, I'm going to do it because it's funny. There we go. Giant head. Little tiny neck. Shoulders. A little bigger. Gotta hold up that head now. Legs. Feet. I have world's smallest feet ever on this giant body. Or head. Whatever it is. And then we'll go to clothing editor. Clothing editor is a little more stuck. But what I usually do is I just kind of erase all the original textures and make my own. To do that, you just go over to your texture, choose what texture you need to play with. Then you can play with your textures a bit. You can put whatever you pretty much want. If you have a drawing tablet, it's easier to kind of make your own textures, or just for real quick, we'll make a little red dot here. You can't see it. And there we go. Just kind of get an idea and a feel for where everything is. Drawing on those areas. Same with the face editor. If you want to edit your textures of like your eyes, that's pretty good too. The irises are probably my place that I usually do textures on. Let's see here. Irises. Because on my clown, I have a big old star. That's my eye. Oh, let's see here. Default layer, default guidelines. Default layer? Yes, please. And we can change our iris color, whatever you want it. I have an eye that matches your shirt. Completely get rid of everything. Big old iris there. Anything outside in this box, in this area here, you're not actually coloring anything, so don't worry about getting outside the lines a little bit. It's oakley dokley. And let's go with the blue. Something like that. That'll work. Let's give some look to it. Kind of what the heck is going on here. Like I said, it's easier to draw with the drawing tablet. That's usually what I use, is drawing tablet when I do these, but today's tutorial is just kind of a quick look through of the entire app. Next, you have your clothing, everything. So when you do your clothes, you can actually change up the type. You can go to the pants style, or have your skirt style, a dress. You can actually cut these up if you go into textures. Go to it, and then you can, there's an erase tool somewhere. And then all you gotta do is go over to your eraser tool and just kind of say you don't want this long of a sleeve, just kind of get rid of that sleeve. And be very careful, because if you go outside the line, you will eventually hit other parts of the clothing, which we're not trying to do. So that's kind of how you customize your clothes. Once again, easier with drawing tablet than it is with the mouse, but it can be done, I swear. As you see, I am slowly getting it done right here. And I'll get this a little more customized and I'll come back to you. Well, there we go. That's just a little customization. Looks ridiculous, but it works. Just kind of giving a, like I said, general idea. And then our general editing is our outline, how big you want it. Big outline. Let's go mega outline just for fun. Look at all that outlining. Alright. And there's the model right now. So far. Then you go to camera. And export. From here, we're just going to, let's see here. Can I export this model? Oh yeah, you just have to scroll there, and then actually go to export like a dingle dong. When you're exporting, make sure it'll go into the T-pose for you. You can do your bone reduction and everything. If you're going into vrchat, you're going to want to make your material list smaller. The reason on why is they are very annoying about that, especially with the quest and everything. I'd bring it down to like an 8 and even down to a 4 if you can. If you go to Blender, I'm not going to be doing a Blender tutorial or a getting it fully into vrchat. There's some other tutorials that are good for that. Mako Ray, I think, does one that shows you how to get from Blender into your vrchat. No, or maybe it was somebody else. Yeah, but there's a way to get from Blender to vrchat. If you want to get from Blender this to vrchat, you have to go to Blender first, kind of optimize it a bit, and then into vrchat. But this at least gives you your base model instead of having to fully shape out your model completely like you normally do on Blender, which is a lot nicer than normal. But today's, I'm just going to show you kind of the, I'm just going to type in some random list. Okay, there we go. Okay. And, save. I'm just kind of showing you how to do the vseeface today, but this gives you also the base model for your Blender if you want to go into vrchat, so that's good too. So this will help you in your metaversing and your vrchat, at least the start part, and then from here to there to there. But this will get you 100% ready for vseeface, that's for sure. Because all you have to do with vseeface is open up your vseeface, and guess what? There we are. Okay, now you can see me. I am now both of these at one time. I'm now this weird, creepy person I made. Yay. But yeah, that's all you really need to do to get your avatar ready. It's a pretty easy process. You have to get the newer version of vroid when you first download it, but there is a beta test area, so get that beta version and then you can go into vroid with your beta version if you want to add some of the newer clothing. So that'll make it a little easier for that part. The beta version is going to be easier to draw the hair and stuff though. My hair is a little funky, but yeah, that was my first. This is my second avatar actually. This guy is. This will be my third avatar. Yay! I'm probably not going to use this one very much. It's kind of creepy. All right. Well, thanks for watching and checking out this tutorial on how to make your avatars. I mean, trust me, it is a lot easier than using just Blender. And have a good one out there. Please check out some of my other videos. There should be some on to the side of the screen somewhere. And have a good one. And like and subscribe if you haven't. Bye-bye.